Let's see. Can you hear me? I see sound now. We got some people. Ian, let's see how I can get you in as a panelist right now. Everybody, we're gonna give everybody a couple minutes to join. Um, Ian, I just invited you as a panelist. Check your email to see if you can rejoin. Let me get this. Sorry today, guys. We are traveling, so we're in Austin, Texas right now, and so I don't have any of my normal setup or anything. So flying by the seat of my pants right now. But anyway, we'll give it a couple more minutes since I just opened it up. Just make it known to you guys. There's a chat and there's a Q&A. Put chats in the chat. If you have questions, you can throw the questions into the Q&A. All right, Ian is now a panelist. Hey, Ian.
What's up, man?
I had my computer on mute. I'm like, I can't hear anything.
No, it's all good.
Are you able to pull your video up?
Yeah, you just got to, it says
Alrighty.
that the host stopped it, so there might just be a little thing you have to click.
Let me find it. Let's see.
Zoom webinars are hard.
Yeah, I made you a host, but that doesn't let you. I don't know if you can. Oh, there we go. Now you can do it.
Here we go. Now I'm a host.
All right, guys. So you guys, smaller group than normal. It's probably because I started the meeting a couple minutes late, so there's probably a bunch of people that ran away as soon as 10 o'clock hit, and I didn't have this open. But as far as the attendees go, I recognize Werner. I believe I've seen Chris before, but I'm not sure. Go ahead and throw in the chat if you're on platform or app so that we can get an idea of who we have in the room. Oh, we already got a Q&A. Perfect. Both. All right. App, both. A lot of boats. Interesting. And then who here has made a ShineOn sale and who hasn't? Prefer app. Starting ads next week for Werner. I see, Ronette, I believe you're saying that you have sales. That looks like you're really excited about that. Awesome. All right, good. So, okay, we got more people joining now. Perfect. Just so everybody knows, again, there's a chat and a QA. Go ahead and load any questions you have for me and Ian into that Q&A section. We will get to that. And then we'll leave the chat open just for chat. If you ask a question in chat, there's a good chance we won't see it. Not because we don't want to, but it just gets lost. I'm gonna pull my out-of-date slide deck up.
I just started streaming us on Facebook too.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, we'll be getting some people in.
Ian, I didn't add you to my presentation, so I apologize that you're not gonna. There's no slide about who Ian is.
That's fine. All good.
Uh-oh. Hang up. I don't need to talk to this person. I had to run on a hotspot, Ian. It will not work. My computer will not connect to the internet here.
Poor John.
I know. I just won't work. I'm just gonna go to the pool. All right. Let me share my screen. Oh, can you let me share my screen, Ian, since you're the host now?
Yeah. We're just gonna do that, and then that way you can do whatever you want.
I am the host now.
Yeah. Well, you can do whatever you want.
All right. Let me move this around. All right. So we are ready to start. Let's go ahead. So welcome to ShineOn. My name's John Burgess. My title used to be the head of buyer and seller experience. I believe I'm moving to the head of product marketing as a title. Titles don't really matter. Who cares? Me and Ian both work out of our St. Petersburg headquarters in Florida. Today we are in sunny, beautiful Austin, Texas, though, for an event this weekend. I've been working in e-com for the last 15 years, starting with selling t-shirts on Big Cartel. I then became an app developer and then moved on to managing large and small e-commerce companies. Um, Ian has been with the company, I think, since he got out of college, basically.
Yeah.
Paired up directly with Eric and has been killing it. How many years now, Ian?
Yeah. So just I'll intro myself a little bit. So I've been with ShineOn for 4 years. Seen the company in many different stages. My title is the head of accounts. So I've been working with thousands of marketers and affiliates to promote ShineOn products, learn about our new features, and maximize the value of what we have to offer.
Perfect. So, like you said, Ian is the head of our accounts team. And the accounts team is something that came about last year. It has always been done, but we actually developed an entire team for it. And their job is to work directly with the sellers to help figure out what sellers need to be more successful and then give it to them. Um, so he really helps people. And he's got an entire team that you'll see Zach and Carlos and Zafi. And they work with sellers all around the world and help them reach their potential or figure out what their potential actually is. A lot of times, what Ian finds is people aren't taking advantage of all that ShineOn has to offer. And he's able to point them in the right directions to where they can really maximize their potential. So the accounts team is really awesome, and I work hand in hand with them every day. So a little bit about ShineOn for those of you that are brand new. Um, what ShineOn is, as you can see right in the middle of this, is a factory, and that's the biggest differentiating factor from all of our competition. All of our competition, they don't own factories; they are subcontracting out to factories. ShineOn actually owns our own manufacturing facility, which means we prioritize your orders. You're not competing with line time from other sources. So our production times are the best of anyone in our space. We currently right now our message card products, I believe we have a 99.9% of orders go out in less than a day. So if you got an order this morning, like right now, it would probably go out tomorrow morning at like 8 a.m. So we are shipping very, very fast, which is a huge thing. The other side of ShineOn is our technology side, which shows up with our platform, which you can shineon.com. You can sign up for an account. You can create products that get posted to shineon.com, or if you use a custom domain, they get put on your custom domain, but they go on our platform, and then you drive traffic to your products and make sales. And we do the rest for you. We then also have the Shopify app, and I'll clarify this more later. which allows you to put our app onto your existing Shopify store or your new Shopify store, whichever way you have it. And then you can publish products and make sales on your store. And then every sale that we see, we charge you for. So to get a bit more into that, I like to go here. So the platform, it's basically affiliate marketing, right? So you can, but the difference is you get to create your own products rather than just we go, hey, here's a product, go sell it. So you get to take our necklaces and customize them in some way, and then drive traffic from whatever source you want. We don't care. And when people make orders, ShineOn will process they do all the credit card processing. We'll take the order. We do all the shipping. We take care of all the customer service on the front end and the back end. If there's issues with the order, we reach directly out to the buyer and get it all fixed. You don't have to be involved at all in it. And once your order ships, we give you a commission. Real simple. Like I said, generally stuff's shipping in less than a day. So if you have someone buy something today, you'll most likely be able to get that money tomorrow. So not a bad turnaround time. I believe Shopify, if you get a sale on Shopify, it's generally about 3 days before Shopify will give you the money. But ShineOn is going to go charge you the day you get that order. So you're floating a bunch of money with Shopify, depending on how you do it. And then we move into the app, right? So you put our app, the ShineOn app, onto your app, your Shopify store. You create our products again, you put them on your store, you make sales. When you make sales, Shopify is doing the credit card processing. We will see your order and we will ingest it. We will charge you for it. We will go fulfill it. You're going to have to take care of all the customer service. If we see an issue with your order, we mark it. And then you get a notification that says, hey, there's an issue with the address. It's on you to reach out to your customer and get it fixed and resubmit it. So there's a lot more admin style work when you get into the Shopify app. But if you're running an e-com store already, you're already doing it. But if you are new, that's where I highly recommend thinking more about the platform, because the barrier to entry is really low when it comes to what you're actually going to need to do to get up running to the point where you can run ads and start making money. If you have to build out a Shopify store, that's generally going to take you a week, 2, maybe 4 weeks to get that store really up and running. Then you're looking at, you have to buy all the add-on apps, all, email. It becomes a big project. So if you're going to go the app, you have to be prepared to go the app. I do want to jump back over here and talk about successes. And, everyone's heard about, oh, there's that one guy that made $1 million and he drives a Lamborghini now, and I want to do that. And, mostly they rented that Lamborghini or they just saw it on the side of the street and took some pictures in front of it. But anyway, ShineOn really does have success. And I know Ian can speak personally to this because he works with all of our top sellers. We have people that, we have sellers that hit the $1 million mark last year. They were doing over 100,000 in sales a month. We had a lot of those last year, especially during Q4. Q4, we had some people really step up, and they come out of nowhere. We had some people that were brand new. They came into our system last year. They took Michael's course. They came out of Michael's course, and 3 months later, they are one of our top sellers, and they're selling, thousands of units a week. So there's nothing saying no, anyone can do it. It does take work,
Yeah.
it does take time, and it does take effort. It's not like, oh, I created a product and I created an ad on Facebook, I'm a millionaire now. No, it takes work. It takes a methodology and it takes commitment to stick to it. So keep those in mind, but the successes are there. And we're seeing more and more people finding success lately, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah. Like John said, it's not unheard of. And I think one thing that we want to drive home as a differentiating factor is that we're here to provide you with the resources and education necessary to help you achieve maybe this level of success, or maybe, moderate success, however you define that. We have the resources and the education and the manpower available. So it's not just like you're signing up for an app and you forget about it a week later. We're trying to establish something where we can work with you as a partner, and find success that way. So really think about us in that light, as opposed to just a print on demand supplier.
Yeah. No, and that's important to say is, as far as a lot of other companies in our space, you're not going to get um, the hand-to-hand attention that we give. Ian is on phone calls all the time with sellers. He brings me in every once in a while to talk to a seller. You get that face-to-face interaction with the ShineOn team. We even have sellers that are local that they come into our building, and we'll go sit down with the sellers and help them. We are very open, and one of our big things is education for our sellers. We're not just a tool; we want to be a resource. So, and Werner, yes, Michael's course is the one that this one seller, I believe, is the seller that, I don't want to mention names. Is he going to be here in Austin today? The one that went through Michael's course? And
Yeah.
yeah. So
He
we'll be
will
hanging
be.
out with him this weekend. He came out of nowhere. And we actually, we sponsored him to come to this event for us so that we can do more continued education for him. We do a lot to invest in our sellers. I will say that. Werner, by the way, Ian wants you to remember his name. It's hard to forget. Werner van der Spui. I don't know how to say it, but you'll hear it. I remember his name because I've seen him. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and move on here. I'm going to skip some of the stuff that I don't really need to go over. This is one. I used to run our production team, and so this is one I really like to throw out there. I ran our production and our customer service. And one thing that I found all the time where people got confused by our graphic products. And so I'd like to really call this out so people understand, especially with Mother's Day coming up. I believe Michael's doing a coffee today, right? I think
Yep.
he is. I think he's going to talk a bit about this, but and I believe you brought this up in our meeting earlier today, Ian, that the buyer upload is one of the best products for Mother's Day. And it's also got a huge sale price on a lot of them to where you're making $70, $80 plus. So everybody keep that in mind for Mother's Day. Mothers love pictures of their kids on jewelry, and huge AOVs. But there's two types of graphic products. There's your seller upload, where you as a seller are creating a graphic and putting it on the jewelry item, and your buyer can customize the back. So maybe you do like a I love Jeeps, and it's got a picture of a Jeep on the front, right? Because you're selling to Jeep people. And then you have your buyer upload style product, where it's a blank piece of jewelry. And when your customer lands, they're shown an example, right? It shows like a picture at their wedding kissing, a couple at their wedding, a picture of a couple at their wedding. Anyway, whatever. You know what I'm saying. And what they do is they see that, and then they click upload my image, and they put their image there. And then they get to do an engraving and put their words there. So it's a 100% buyer customized product. And a lot of people get confused on these products because they're not sure how to market them, because there's no marketing angle, right? It's just a blank piece of jewelry. And that's where, I try to hit home that it's that example picture, right? If you're selling a Mother's Day product and you land on it and it's a picture of a couple at their wedding kissing, that doesn't really speak Mother's Day to me. But if you take a picture of a grandma and a grandkid hugging, that is a Mother's Day example. So you can play with those example images to build the marketing for these buyer upload. And I think, by the way, if you guys aren't planning, go and sign up to make sure you get the reminder for Michael's coffee today, Coffee with Michael, because I believe he's going to be hitting on a lot of Mother's Day things today. And I do believe that the buyer upload is one that he's going to be talking about. So that basically ends the presentation. So I'm going to stop sharing. What I do want to move into is the Q&A. So if anyone has a question, throw it in there. No matter how simple or complicated, Ian and I will do our best to answer these questions for you. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. Werner asks, is it possible to import products from platform to Shopify? And Werner, the answer is no. I wish I had better news for you, but no, there is no way for you to export products from the app or the platform and import them into the app or platform. You're going to have to manually recreate them. I apologize. Sorry. Werner also asked for the platform. So we did custom domains a couple weeks ago that let everybody, you can go and put John's Jewelry Supply .com and all my products will show up on my custom URL. One of the parts missing are custom homepages. So if you go to johnsjewelrysupply.com, it just lands you on ShineOn's homepage. It doesn't really work. So yes, he's asking on the timeline for personalized homepages, and I'm gonna say it's most likely gonna come sometime this summer. There's a lot of smaller details that we are cleaning up with our next release on the custom domain features. There's a lot of little things that we need to go do to make it work better. And so we're trying to bundle up as many of those together into one big release. So it might be a little bit, but we have it roadmapped out. I can't give you a timeline, only that it's probably going to be post Mother's Day. So, and if you're in South Africa, Werner, think winter, not summer. Let's see. Renette says, is the warehouse still in New Jersey? Just curious if the product ships from there too. So, Renette, the warehouse was in New Jersey last year, and we ended up moving it all to St. Petersburg, Florida. So now all of your products are shipping out of our St. Pete, Florida location. We were able to get a larger warehouse, bring in more people, more machinery, automate more processes, and it just made sense for the growth of the company with us moving our headquarters to also move our warehouse. And anyone that was with us last year probably remembers when we moved our warehouse because we messed up a bunch of stuff and had to do a lot of apologies. But it's all set now and running real smooth. So Renette asked about retargeting from Facebook sales. So I guess the question I have for you, Renette, is are you app or platform? Or I think you might have said both earlier.
I think someone else said both.
Prefer app.
No, she is both.
So if you're using the app, it makes more sense for you to do retargeting. That's the reason I asked is because if you're on the platform, we're already doing retargeting for you. So I don't really want you to override what we're doing. But if you're on the app, then that's fine. If you want to do retargeting from your Facebook sales, so it's probably a better question for Michael, who can walk you through it. What I will tell you is I think you'd probably see more value with building lookalike audiences than necessarily retargeting your sales. It's not to say it can't be done, and if you have the right products, it can be done. I just don't know how often people are going to buy jewelry like back to back. You could retarget people from Valentine's Day for Mother's Day, but I don't know that I'd be like, hey, you bought 4 days ago. Do you want to buy again? So I would say, I would defer to Michael on how to retarget using Facebook. But what I would say is I would probably look to do lookalike audiences with all of that. Werner, I saw a ShineOn ad on Facebook yesterday with a compass type pendant, but I don't see it on the platform. You're correct, Werner. You sometimes might see lots of things that you don't have access to because that's how I test new products. We are testing more and more products all the time, and I need to prove that those products can sell before I give them to you, because I never want to give you guys products that aren't going to sell. So we test a lot of products, a lot of things, and we test them in a lot of different places. So you might have seen one in a ShineOn ad. We have, dummy stores and dummy accounts all over the place to try and prevent you guys all from spying on us. Um, but we do a lot of product testing. So you sometimes will see things and go, "That's ShineOn. I've never seen that." It's still in testing, is why. But there's the chance that it could come to you. It just depends on whether or not it it passes the muster. Shelby asked for the Coffee with Michael link. Or if you're in our Facebook group, it could be pinned at the top. I'm not 100% sure, but if you just scroll through that Facebook group, you'll eventually see a post from him with Coffee with Michael. He also sent out an email yesterday that had a link for you as well. So if it's easier, I would just go check your email and look for something from Michael at ShineOn, and that should give you a link to get reminders for that. And I do believe that Michael he'll be live on Facebook, he'll be live on YouTube as well. So either place you will be able to watch him live. And Ian has posted a simple retargeting video in the chat, Renette. So take a look at that. Is that one of Michael's videos?
Yep.
Perfect.
It's like really rudimentary. I don't think he goes into like custom audience or dynamic ads or anything like that. I think it's just setting it up.
So I'm gonna make you guys all see something crazy. It's gonna look like me and Ian are in the exact same place. Oh, we even have the same. But you can't see the building behind me. There it is.
Now you can.
Look at that bike. I see it in both. Sorry. I just thought that was funny. He's like right below me. Having fun. All right. Perfect. So yeah, and Renette, I would if you haven't spent time on our YouTube channel, I would highly recommend it. Michael has a ton of great free content that you can easily go and watch, and a lot of it comes from his Coffee with Michaels that he's done in the past. So they're like live discussions and all of that. So they're really good videos to watch. You can get a lot out of it. So I would highly recommend checking out YouTube. So let's see here. All right. Any other questions for us? Is there anyone that's having issues getting started with ShineOn? Not sure how to create their first product, not set up on Facebook, not sure how to do custom domains, anything like that that we can answer for you right now? Not seeing a bunch of people jump in the QA. Well, guys, we're here for you. You got access to Ian and I right now. What questions do you have for us? I don't want to run away quite yet. I want to give you guys time to ask away. I have some. Chris has been really quiet. I haven't heard from Vicky. Richard Blanton. I feel like I've seen you in here before, Richard. All right, now we got some Q&As coming in. So Renette said, what new products are on the horizon? And what I'm going to say to that is watch Michael's live Coffee with Michael today. I don't want to steal any thunder from anything that he's going to bring up. But ShineOn's made it a big point that we love doing jewelry, but we also know that there's more gifts out there, and there's more areas that we can do with personalized goods. And so we are looking beyond jewelry right now. So I do want, that's really all I can say about it, but there there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline that's probably going to catch you guys by surprise. So lots of cool new products coming though, Renette. So just be ready. Everything's in testing right now. Werner, I still can't see my Facebook link on the product page. So I'm guessing you updated the Facebook link when you put in your custom domain on the platform. And I believe that would change the little Facebook link down in the footer, I believe is where the Facebook link is. Check that. I believe it's supposed to, if it's not currently, it's definitely something that our dev team is working on, because we've brought this up before, that Facebook link actually needs to link to your Facebook if we're collecting it. All right, perfect. Well, Ian, any thoughts that you want to share? Any insight that you can tell us from the accounts team?
No, I mean, I just it seems like some people come on these calls weekly, so I will probably be either manning some of these calls myself, or working with other account managers and introducing them to this whole process, because I want to get to know the new seller community a little bit better. The accounts team tends to wait for the people to bubble up and then we speak to them, but I think there's also a lot of potential here. I did a little bit of diving into some of you guys already in the background, and I'm already seeing some potential. So I'm just really excited to get to know the new seller community in a more like hand-to-hand intimate way.
Yep. No, so yeah, like Ian said, we're doing these calls weekly, and what we want to do is get more people involved in these calls, because it's good for, like Ian said, for him to learn about new sellers, but also all of the accounts team, because they are the ones that are going to be doing that hand-to-hand combat with you guys. So like, I can't wait for when Ian has to contact Werner and go, hey, we need to set up our weekly meetings because you're selling so much. I need to have touch bases with you all the time. And Werner's going to be like, remember that time in the live group when I told you to remember me? I think it'll be interesting to see.
That happen.
Yeah.
I've had something like that happen before.
And that's the thing about this is, with our accounts team is they, you can go to some of our competitors and sell millions of dollars worth of product, and no one's going to reach out to you and be like, hey, how are things going? What can we improve? Like, you don't get that. And with ShineOn, you do. And I think that's what, we're fostering a community and a sense of education and learning. And we like to treat our sellers like, employees, basically. So it's the level of personalized attention you get from our accounts team is something it's just, you don't get it anywhere else. And so I think it's one of our biggest advantages. So I'm really excited to have the accounts team more involved with the new sellers, because you guys knowing what relationships can come in the future and how invested we are, I think helps to give you that motivation to get out there and sell. So let me just check. I got no more Q&As. I got no questions in the chat. So I think we're going to go ahead and call this meeting for the day. Oh, someone threw something in the Q&A at last second. I can't wait until you all have an open house when we're passing over. Renette, are you local? Are you in Tampa or St. Pete? Coral Springs, close enough. I'll tell you this. Eric is chomping at the bit to host an event at our warehouse. We're just not quite ready for it, but we're hoping maybe later this year we'll be able to do that and have a big thing and bring in anyone local and all that. So we're fingers crossed. We'll probably also fly in some of our top sellers. So you guys would get to interact with the guys you see on Facebook. Some of those big guys that they're posting the screenshots showing $300,000 in sales, you'd be able to sit right next to them and have a conversation with them. That's what we really want to do. So, but we'll let everybody know. But all right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll be here again next week, and you guys Have a great day and happy selling. And make sure you go check out Michael's Coffee with Michael later today. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Later.